absolutely shocked that it took this long for the Durango SRT to become a reality in the first place. So today is it's basically July 2017. It doesn't really matter what day, but the point of the matter is we've had the Jeep SRT out there for all of these years, and the powertrain technology already existed. So you'd have thought that they would have had this stuff ported to the Durango at least a year or two ago. So now it's 2017, and the Durango is about to enter production in the SRT mode. And then you also have the Jeep Trackhawk getting the Hellcat engine not until Q4 of this year. So, it's coming. It's just that everybody had to wait for it. So anyway, they've held on to the pricing of the Durango SRT, and they haven't released it until now. And once again, I got somebody who text messages me and says, "Oh my goodness, the Durango SRT is going to be $63,000. So there you go right there. As you can see, it says the Durango SRT is going to start at $63,000. There's going to be $1,095 in destination fees. I'm guessing that's because it's probably manufactured in Canada. I could be wrong, but I think that's the reason why there's a $1,000 destination fee. With delivery starting in the fourth quarter of 2017. So that means that the Durango SRT and the Jeep Trackhawk should hit the dealer lots at about the same time, just in time for winter of 2017. So it says that it's going to have 8-speed automatic, just like the Jeep SRT most likely, 6-piston front Brembo calipers, 4-piston rear calipers, and vented rotors at each wheel. The suspension is augmented by active Bilstein shocks. Wheels are 20 by 10, so there's like 20-inch wheels. And looking at these pictures right here, these look similar to the wheels that they're putting on the wide-body Hellcats. So, we'll have to wait and see until the designs are finalized, until you actually find out. So it says we're going to have 295/45 Scorpion Verdes. That's pretty much the same type of tire that I've got on my Jeep SRT. Now, I've driven those tires, and I actually like the ride quality, and I actually like the handling quality of those tires, the Scorpion Verdes. And I've had pretty much no trouble in the winter months, or ice or snow. And they have pretty good grip, and thanks to the fact that the truck has, all-wheel drive, it's like you really don't lose traction. It's only when the ice really, really, really starts to pile up that you start to lose traction. But as long as you take it slow and you put the Jeep into a low gear, it can get out. Now, this Durango is going to weigh a little bit more than the Jeep SRT, so that means that, more weight on the wheels will make it so it has just a little bit more traction. And if you planned on buying this thing, you really shouldn't have any problem with ice, snow, winter, or summer. The only downside is the fact those tires are very expensive. Those tires are almost $400 a piece, depending upon whether or not you can catch them on a sale. However, I do like the fact that having them on more trucks and more vehicles will cause the price eventually to go down because they'll be proliferated. So it says there's going to be a B5 blue. Wow, that's interesting. Could you imagine the Jeep in the same color as the Dodge Charger? That's going to be amazing. Billet silver, which is what I have on my Jeep SRT. Bruiser gray. I'm interested. That sounds cool. DB black, granite, octane red pearl, and white knuckle. So I think this is white knuckle right here. That's probably what that is. So anyway, really quickly, that's going to be the price of the thing. If you take a look at a fully loaded model of the Citadel anodized platinum, you start at $45,090, but it goes up about $2,000 when you add all-wheel drive. So when you move on to the powertrain, let's see. You move on to the powertrain. If you add every major option, so instead of the 3.6, you get the 5.7, which changes something else. You also get that secondary 8-speed transmission, which can handle the power. I just want to see what a fully loaded Durango costs. It says color package. Let's say if I got billet silver with the black interior. Okay. And then you get the Beats audio system. And then you get the second row console. No, because I don't really have that, but let's say you add it anyway. Technology group for safety technology, and then let's say you get the Taylor skid plate. That's $1,295. It says what options do you want? So these seem to be the only wheels that you can get on that model. And then if you go to the summary, basically it's $57,500. So that means that if this thing is starting at $62,995, $63,000, you're only somewhere around, with the destination fee, you're only about $7,000 or $8,000 more. And that's before you factor in taxes, dealer fees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the Durango SRT is basically given to you cheaper. Let's go to Jeep and let's find out what Jeep SRTs start at, because I pretty much don't really pay attention to the stickers on these things. I just buy them. But anyway, let's see, shopping tools, vehicle, Jeep SRT. Oh, here it is. Jeep SRT. Oh, that's the altitude. Building price. So, okay, the Jeep SRT starts at $66,895. So the Jeep is about, give or take, it's about $3,000 to $4,000 more than the Durango starting price. So if this is about $3,000 or $4,000 more, I guess we really can't speculate how much more they're going to add because of the supercharger. Personally, I really don't believe that Jeep wants to have a $100,000 car. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try to put it out there for Escalade money, because I really don't think they want to try to justify having a Jeep product be more than a Cadillac Escalade or more than, say, like like a Lincoln Navigator or something that's like fully loaded, a L model. Something tells me that they're going to try to keep that price around 93, maybe it'll be about 89,995 or something like that. But when you fully load a Jeep up, these things, like when you go to colors, if you fully load a Jeep SRT up in the specs that I have, like the Laguna leather, you fully load one of these things up, you quickly get to about $83,000. So this comes with the SRT group. I have the trailer hitch. Go to options. I have the Spider Monkeys. The black carbon wheels are pretty much like, those are the nicest wheels that you can get. I don't want any of that other shit that doesn't say SRT on it. I don't want any of that bullshit that doesn't look cool. It doesn't have the vents and slots. So they keep that shit. I don't want it. And I have the all-season tires. So when you go to the summary, this thing comes out to $80,955. So you think about it. The technology in the Jeep is probably a little bit higher end than what you get in the Durango, especially considering the Jeep is a slightly more compact vehicle and it doesn't have that third row. But I think what needs to happen is somebody needs to put both of these vehicles on a, comparison test and decide which one makes more sense. Because one thing you do know is the Durango probably doesn't have the off-roading capabilities that the Jeeps inherently have. Because you can change the wheels on the Jeep and you can make this thing do off-road. You don't want to be off-roading with the 20 inches, but you might put on the trail-rated tires and you can do some serious off-road with the Jeep. And you already know that because that's what these things are basically designed for. And that 8-speed torque vectoring gives you a lot of abilities that you wouldn't normally get with, one of the other products. So, right now, that's it. So that's the price for you for the Jeep SRT. That's the price right there for the Durango SRT. You're looking at about $64,000, $63,000 plus $1,095. Now, let me tell you what I think is going to happen. Basically, I've noticed a lot of people who've been trading in more expensive cars in order to get FCA products. I think that there's a lot of people who are going to end up trading in Hellcats in order to try to get Demons. And I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be trading in Hellcats, possibly for the Durango SRT. And the reason why is I've noticed a lot of family owners have these cars, and the problem is they have like one car and sometimes their financial situations change, and what ends up happening is they need one car that can work with the whole family, but they still want to feel cool when they go to the car shows. So I think that the Jeep SRT and the Durango SRT are going to sell very well simply from conquest sales.